Make some noise if you like enchiladas. All right, so I love enchiladas. And a few years ago, I had the best enchiladas of my life at this little hole-in-the-wall place called Green Oak Psychiatric Hospital. In other news, my grandmother signs off every single one of her texts with "Love, Nana." And one day I thought, maybe I'll give this a try. I went on a date with a girl, it went well. So the next morning, I texted her, "Hey, I had a great time. Love, Jared." I never heard back from her. Speaking of love that didn't work out, a few years ago I got divorced. It's not as bad as you might think. But a few months later, I ran into my ex-wife on Bumble. It was super awkward. I had no idea what to do. I obviously couldn't swipe right. That would be weird. But I also couldn't swipe no, because for 6 years, she was exactly my type, so I didn't want to mess up the algorithm. So I just closed out of the app, waited for it to refresh. Because used to, my tactic was to swipe until there were no more profiles left in my area. And then my tactic became swipe until my ex-wife pops up and just call it a day. I stuck with it though. I found a girlfriend on Bumble. And it's been going so well that I recently took a trip with her and her family to Disney World. On the last night there in the hotel, I went into the bathroom, turned off all the lights, started blaring Paramore, and stood in the shower crying. My girlfriend came in and said, "Jared, what the hell is wrong with you?" I said, "Don't worry, I had a great time with you and your family. It's just, now I have nothing to talk to my therapist about this week." So sure enough, I paid $125 the next day to tell my therapist all of my favorite Disney rides. And now's probably an okay time to tell you that I'm at a point in my life where I have more ex-therapists than ex-girlfriends. And my girlfriend recently told me that if I ever break up with her, she will kill me. Okay, call me crazy, but this is the exact sweet spot I've been looking for in a relationship. And I thankfully recently discovered that the secret to keeping my girlfriend happy is the same approach I use to keep my golden retriever happy. Hear me out. First, you have to keep them both well fed. Second, you have to show them lots of love and affection. And finally, you have to occasionally buy them a new toy off of Amazon to help keep them stimulated. It is what it is. Do you guys ever think about the fact that most days we just wake up, do some shit, and go back to bed? Okay, so having bipolar disorder kind of messes with that natural rhythm. If I'm suffering from depression, I want to skip the do some shit part. I want to wake up and go back to bed. But if I'm manic, I want to skip the go to bed part. I want to wake up and do some shit, 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 and do some shit. Speaking of doing some shit, if I'm not busy watching TikTok, I love to travel. My favorite trips have been Fiji, Australia, and outer space. Outer space is definitely the best, but there's some kind of weird branding deal up there. Like all over the spaceship, there's just signs that say, "Welcome to Green Oak Psychiatric Hospital." And I'll leave you guys with this. I love using Google reviews for restaurants And so after my week-long buffet at the psych ward, the first thing I did was get online to leave a review. But there were all these other reviews that said, boo, the mental health care here sucks. So I commented back on one. I said, yeah, true. But did you try the enchiladas?